Yo, what it do? It's your boy JQ coming live from the Man Cave. Today we're talking about the AFC North and the AFC East as we continue in my prediction of the 2026 NFL season. Let's get it.
How you what? What it do? It's your whole boy,
Yeah.
JQ, in the man cave. Won't you come through? Hey,
Yo, so let's start off with the AFC North. The AFC North is really a big conference. It's one of the most exciting and traditional conference. It got a lot of heavy hitters. The Steelers, the Browns, the Ravens, and of course the Bengals. Let's start off in Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati, this is a big year for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow put the pressure on the full court press, saying that, hey, we need to figure it out this year. He want to go to the Super Bowl, and I believe that if they don't do it or don't make it, he on his way out the door. What team do you think Joe will be with? One of my followers said, hey, send him to the Bucks. I think that's a good idea, but I don't know. I like him with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins in that Bengal uniform, and I hope he be a long-term Bengal and have one of those careers with just one team. I like to see that. But if he's not, hey, I know 32 other teams will love to have him. But what can they do to really kind of get out the gate fast? A, they can protect the quarterback. Joe Burrow has been probably the most sacked quarterback since he's entered the league, other than Justin Fields. They always seem to have an injury during the line. Also, they need to keep their wide receiver healthy. Now today, Jamar Chase had a little knee scare, but he turned out to be fine. He turned out to just walk it off, but we'll see the ramifications of that. It's still 3 weeks until the regular season, so everything's still looking good. All right, so let's turn our attention to the Browns. The Browns, man, what a team. It felt like a soap opera with this quarterback battle. Who's going to be Shador, Watson? I'll tell you this. If I'm paying someone $50 million, he is not sitting on that bench. You hear me? I want to get my money worth. I'm telling you, man. That's why I feel like this battle was somewhat of a fair battle. I think they're really ushering in Shador as a pick for the future. Or, well, not a pick, excuse me. A player for the future that they can groom. He got a lot there. He got a really explosive arm. He has a good poise in the pocket. And he lit up the Buffalo Bills. I believe they was the second team. I don't think any starters played in that preseason game. But however, he lit them up. And then Sean Watson came in the third quarter against the third stringers and looked god awful. So we know this decision is not based on performance, even though Tom Munker has said it was. I think that's just PR. You know, coming from upstairs, Haslam kind of salty that he spent $200 million on this man and he hasn't produced. He's going, like, Deshaun Watson is going to have to go out on his shield. And it's bad because I love Deshaun Watson from Clemson to the Texans. He hasn't been my favorite on the Browns, but he's been mostly injured on the Browns. The Browns fans seem not to like him as they gave him a good piece of their mind by booing him, and Deshaun Watson gave them a piece of his mind after the game in the press conference. This could be a sticky situation, man. Luckily, the first two games is on the road, so we'll see what happened in game 3. Now, moving on to the Steelers. The Steelers is an interesting team because they won the division last year with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. They got Mike McCarthy as the head coach, as Mike Tomlinson got out of there. I don't think they improve. To be honest with you, I don't see too much difference between this team this year and this team last year. It seemed like they kind of made the status quo. The only difference is the coach. And coaches can make a difference. You know, a new voice can make a difference. Absolutely. So, is Aaron Rodgers too old? Do you think he can still do it? Is this a lost cause? Are they tanking for Archie Manning? Do you think Aaron Rodgers will stay healthy through the season? Like, bruh, it's old. But who knows, man? It's yet to be seen. I don't have too much. I believe they're going to win some games, but I don't have too much faith that they're going to actually pull off this division. Now, the team who I think is going to win the division is the Baltimore Ravens. Again, they are loaded on offense. They got Lamar. They got Zay Flowers. They got the two rookies, Kobe Lane and Elijah Surratt from Indiana, Jacoby Lane. They seem to be a complete team because their offense is good, but their defense is the best part of their team. Really, they do. They got defensive stoppers on all three levels, and they just got Hendricks from the Bengals this offseason. So with that added pass rush, man, they could be scary. They could run away with this division. Honestly, they could literally run away with this division, depending on A, how fast the Bengals get out of the gates, B, can the Steelers do anything, and C, the Browns is boo-boo. So, all right, guys, let's get into the AFC East. We'll start off at the bottom of the division, which I have the Dolphins at the bottom. They just signed Malik Willis this offseason to replace Tua. Now, Malik Willis offers a different type of quarterback style where he's known for running. He got good wheels on him. And this is the first time he really get an opportunity to be an NFL starting quarterback. And we'll see what he'll do with that opportunity. He has a great offensive line in front of him and a great running back with Atron. The offense looked to have some type of momentum, but we got to see what he do his first year. I really don't see them actually doing too much this year. This is almost kind of like a stepping stone, building block, seeing what they have, if they can build with Malik Willis, and it's yet to be seen. Now, going with the Jets as the third team, the Jets has improved a lot from last year. Basically, they had no offense. The passing game and the running game sucked. So they decided to sign Geno Smith again and pair him up with Garrett Wilson. It's the first time Wilson really had a really good throw of the ball since Aaron Rodgers. In the preseason, they looked like they had a good chemistry between Smith and Wilson. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, their defense is much improved. They got Mika Fitzpatrick. The head coach is looking to remedy last year where he had no turnovers or no interceptions all last year. And this is the first time in NFL history that this happened. This anomaly. But they should be way better than they was a year before. Now, coming in at the 2 spot is the last year's divisional champion, the New England Patriots. Now, Drake May coming into his third year He had a shaky playoff performance. He didn't look so good. I think the defense basically carried them throughout the whole playoffs, even into the Super Bowl. The offense him and the offense getting sacked a lot, throwing a lot of interceptions. So we'll see how he performed coming off that playoff performance. He do got 2 new additions with AJ Brown and Dobbs. Now he got a legit 1-2 on his hands when it comes to receivers. So let's see if that elevate his play like Tom Brady play elevated when he got Randy Moss. Who knows, but they can come out the gate struggling because they got a very tough stretch in the opener. They got 4 road games against playoff teams from last year. They possibly can go 1-5 if they're not careful, but the defense seemed to be approved with a couple of new pass rushers they got. If they can come out maybe 2-2 or somewhere even like that, they could make a push late to get the division. Now, the favorites I have for this division is Buffalo. Josh Allen looked poised to make another MVP run. He looked great this preseason. Off-season program looked great. They got a new weapon in DJ Moore coming from the Bears, and that's what he truly needed. He needed a true number one, someone who could be reliable to catch no matter where he throw it at. Kind of like a safety net. He hasn't had that for some time, actually. I mean, really ever since he been in Buffalo. Stephon Diggs was the closest one, but their relationship was so shaky, he couldn't be reliable for him. However, they got a new coach, looking to have a new identity, get the stigma of being a team that's almost winning and get over that hump. And I think they will. I think they will have a long playoff run, especially since the Chiefs looking like they still having a little down year. The Buffalo Bills is the most complete team in the AFC, so we'll see what's going on. On a quick note, I want to just shout out and send support to Gary, Indiana, who lost power the past storms earlier this month. Keith Leaf came out and did like a food pop-up shop where he was just trying to be a help, a lending hand to the residents of Gary, Indiana. They say they got some residents got power again, but some is still without power. So, we just want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you for watching this episode of The Man Cave. Like, comment, subscribe. We got more on the way. Peace. JQ, I'm out.